Hi, welcome to my channel. This is a little exercise that you can do in order to shift your mindset around manifestation, the possibility of you manifesting what you want. Years ago, I started using the 95% chance rule. This is not me talking about that too much, but this is me showing you how you can put this into action now. If I'd have done this like this, I would have got even better at this even faster. I like to develop things over time that help you to move forward, things that I think that would have been so useful to me back in the day. The reason I started to tell myself there's a 95% chance this will happen with manifestation, there was something in my rational mind that accepted that. This 5% chance that it wouldn't happen, my brain liked that, my mind liked that. It was like, yeah, there's not a 100% chance, because as soon as you say 100%, your brain will tell you, your mind will tell you all of the reasons that you're being ridiculous. But my mind, and this may not work for everybody, accepted that. It really helped me. I just felt a ton of resistance fall away from me doing that. So I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about you and your manifestation and how to make the 95% rule work for you. What do you want to manifest? Let's bring something up, something that you have a lot of resistance with, that you haven't managed to manifest so far. So we're going to go big here. We're not looking at the smaller things, we're looking at the big things, because this is when this works. Because the other little things will come to you anyway. You don't need to do this with that. So choose that one thing that you want that hasn't happened. Okay, so what you want to do in one column, so get a piece of paper. It's much better to do this with a pen or a pencil. I don't know why the written word is much more effective than typing it out. Don't type it, use a pen or pencil. So you've got two columns. The first column, you've got the outcome that you want, okay? So you write that outcome down. The second column, you write down what you've been feeling is the likeliest scenario. So the unwanted, the undesirable part of this. So first we're going to spend a bit of time looking at those both. Go, okay, now, if you didn't think this was possible, you wouldn't even want to manifest it, you wouldn't try to manifest it, it wouldn't even occur to you. There are plenty of things in life that I would never try to manifest, never look at manifesting, because I know there's a massive disconnect there and a massive resistance, so I wouldn't even go there. So just the mere fact that you're wanting to manifest it shows that you know that it is a possibility. What we want to do is now make that possibility a probability. So in your two columns, under the outcome, you're going to write 95%, okay? So you're going to really take that in when you've written it, 95%. Okay, there's a 95% chance. And then in the negative, what you don't want, you're going to write 5%. This is a mind trick, basically, a mind hack, and it is a way of shifting your mindset. So you're looking at the best case scenario, what you really want to happen, and you're seeing that that is 95%. Then you're looking at the worst case and you're seeing that's 5%. That is shifting your perception of this thing that you want to manifest in favour of what you do want. Again, it's a mindset thing, but it's also a subconscious signal. So you're sending that signal to your subconscious. It's much more likely that this is going to happen over this. And then after you've done that, you're going to use the other technique that I've talked about before in another video, where you hone in on the pure vibration of that outcome that you want. So you've done that, really take it in, read it. The second technique is you're going to feel the pure vibration of it. So you're going to feel the outcome that you want, because that's your wish for it, your pure wish for it. And you're going to ask yourself, do I really want this? In the moment, can I just make that pure wish for it? As if I've got a genie in a lamp and I'm just making the wish and it's sure to happen. So you just either make a wish for it in that moment, or you just feel really what you want and then think to yourself, yes, I really want this. And then you're just going to detach from that feeling. Don't do it as a visual or anything like that. It's just words you're saying to yourself, a feeling that you're getting of, I really want this. It can be like, I really wish for it, I really want it, I really intend it, whatever. And it probably will take 30 seconds, no more than that. You don't want to keep sitting in that feeling for as long as you can. It can be as brief as you like. It's the pureness that we're looking for with this. And then you pull yourself away from that, and then you go and do something else. So you distract yourself. You've taken steps to change your reality that is different than what you've been doing previously. Don't get scared of me saying 95% and then you thinking, yeah, but then there's a 5% chance I won't get it. Well, at the moment, there's probably a 50% chance you won't get it because you've got too much resistance. So why would you not want to narrow that 5%? You know, 95% is amazing odds. If a horse was running and you could see that there was a 95% chance it would win, you would probably put a decent amount of money on it. When you take a punt, you take a risk. So this is what you're doing here. It's a mindset shift thing. So do it and see how it feels. It's just a very simple exercise. It's nothing different than I've done, but I didn't write it down. I didn't do this. And I wanted to come up with something that I wished I'd thought about back in the day, but I wasn't at that point where I could do that. And I know that this is going to be really useful, because making notes of things like this with a pen or a pencil is really, really useful. There's power in the written word, or in the written number. There's power there. That's as simple as this video is. I don't want to go on too much. I don't want to complicate it. It's all about honing in on that pure energy and shifting your perception on what is possible and what's not possible. It really helps you release resistance, because you're doing this exercise and you don't have to plow in another, don't put in a load of techniques after this or anything like that, unless that feels good. If you like your affirmations and you're enjoying your affirmations, there's no reason you can't carry on doing them. But if you're doing them in a try-hard manner, and I must persist, don't do them, because they will just have a detrimental effect. And you'll be in this negative expectation all the time, which you don't want. But again, if anything feels good or even neutral, it's fine. It's when you can feel that resistance that it isn't. So that is it. I'm going to stop here. Any questions on this technique, please do ask me. I know I'm not one for techniques, but I'm not one for manifestation techniques, as in the water technique, where you see where you tip water from one glass to another, and you those kind of techniques, no, because I think you do them and then they don't work, and then you think, oh, they're working for everybody else, they're not working for me. This is not that. This is a mindset technique, a mind shift, a subconscious shifting technique, which is what we want. And then if you can do this all of the time, you'll just get to know and to feel strongly that you do have a 95% chance in life of everything, really, and that's really high odds. But again, I think eventually I'll be at 100%, but at the moment I'm sitting quite comfortably at that 95%. I like 95%, because I think to myself, if it doesn't happen, if it falls into the 5%, then there will be something within me. It's nothing outside that's deciding that. It's something within me that's holding that back, and I need to deal with that. And if I don't know what that is, I will just ask my subconscious mind, what is that? What is holding me back? Can you help me? I have this strong belief that there's a solution to everything, and it came from this. It came from many years ago when I had my retail business, and I used to have a sewing machine. I would make belts, you know, the wide corset style, Victoria Beckham style stuff that used to sell like crazy for me. It was like, and again, that was an inspiration thing when that happened. But sometimes I would mess up the stitching, and I might be using leather, so I'm thinking that's a lot of wasted leather. And I would sit there and I would say to myself, no, there's a solution. I can do something with this that's going to make this okay. And I would just sit there. I wouldn't think about anything. I'd just sit there blankly, and then something would come to me, oh, you can do this with the stitching, you could do that. And I'd find a solution. I'd make it work. It might be slightly different than it would have been, but I would make it work in some way. So I implanted this idea, there's a solution to everything. And I say this to Jeremy a lot. There's a solution to everything. When he's stuck on something, I go, there's a solution to that. It'll come to you. And I strongly believe that, and I've taken that ongoing. There's a solution to everything, but you have to make it clear what you want the solution to, and then you have to let it come in. So you have to almost go blank and let it come in and think, it may not come in today, it may not come in tomorrow, but it will come in. When I'm not thinking about it, it will drop in there, because there is a solution to everything. I hope this was useful. If you don't know anything about me, I'm a manifestation coach, mindset coach, and I'm an author.